They are lying to you, and you should know the truth. They're telling you that you're not important. They're even going as far as they're telling you your worth on a sliding scale. And you're sitting there and you're negating your worth. You're negotiating your worth with people that are fake and pretentious. And they cringe inside by having to wear these fake smiles until they can get home and they can finally take off the mask and they can just go into their passive aggressive stupors. They're self-medicating stupors so that they can fight off all that fake energy that they had to hold on to and actually be their grungy selves. You guys better stop listening to most of these podcasts because they are destroying our culture and they're giving us erroneous ways of thinking and feeling about what's going on in the world today. My name is Marion, and if you haven't done so already, please click and subscribe on my YouTube channel for more real talk videos. And this video is about, yes, the world is lying to you. And you should know the truth. It's time for you to know your truth and to walk in your truth. Today, I wanted to deliver that message because there's so much going on in our world. And the world would like to make us believe that unless we already have it figured out, unless we got a lot of money, a lot of things, material things, and those things don't mean anything because you can't take any of that stuff with you. But unless you're at this pinnacle stage in your life to where everything's going well for you, that you're not successful, that you're not a success story. And I'm here to tell you that's a lie from the enemy. And I'm here to give you a word from God. Because God says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and to not harm you, and plans to give you hope for a future." And so I wanted to bring that about to let you guys know that it's still not too late for us. We're still figuring it out, and that's okay. But you have to make sure you guard your gates. God called me to remind our people that his timing is the best timing. How many of us know that we decided that, okay, we had a 5-year plan, and okay, so we worked hard and we said, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and that's it. And God stepped in and said, no, that's not my plan for your life. I want you to go over here and do that. What do you mean go over here and do that? I've been working so hard right here. This is where I want to reap the benefits. God's calling you to a whole nother country, perhaps, so that you can reap his benefits, so that you can have his best. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but we do have to be obedient and we do need to follow God's lead. So, I mean, and that's what this message is about. I want you to know, just because it's not going like you think it should go, doesn't mean that it's not in God's will for your life. So we have to seek the face of God and ask him and pray to ask him to let us know what he would have us do. Example. I remember a time I worked really, really hard, and I put in a lot of hours, and I was trying to accomplish a goal, and it fell through, and I was devastated, and I was heartbroken. But God said, my plans are greater than your plans. I need you to trust me. That's not what I want you to do. That's not a situation I want you to be in. So he took me and he removed me from that place. And now I'm in a whole nother place. And I'm happy. And I'm content. And I'm following his lead. And that's what this message is about. I want you guys to know to follow his lead. And he has not forgotten about us. The world would like to make us think that God has forgotten about us, because many of us don't have it all figured out, and many of us are struggling. Many of us are trying to make ends meet. Many of us are working 2 and 3 different careers and jobs so that we can support our families. And then you have some people that, even if they do have everything, and I'm glad, because I want our people to be successful, but it's no reason to put the people down that don't have what they need, and they're working towards a goal to get there. And that's all you need to be doing, is working your faith out in motion. That means you want something and you've already prayed about it and you feel like God is giving you clearance over it. Now it's time for you to walk that out in faith. You can't sit there and just wait on him to deliver what it is you're praying for. You have to actually walk it out in faith. Like, for instance, if I want my tax business to be successful, then I have to take tax classes. I am studying for my EA license right now, my EA certificate, so that I can have a better, a more profitable, and I'm better equipped to handle those things by being an enrolled agent. So I'm studying this summer for that. I'm walking what it is I want to build my tax business, to leave something behind for my children, to have a business that can thrive and that they've already had it established, because I put in the work and the effort to build it. But I didn't just sit there and say I have a tax office and I ain't doing nothing to better myself. I actually have to study and show myself approved and develop my own skills and abilities so that I can have that, to leave a legacy behind. So I have to walk my faith out. I walk my faith out every day. Being a single mom, I haven't been a single mom my whole life. I've been married twice. But when I had to walk my faith out, and I had to work 2 and 3 jobs. So I can definitely, and I'm a piggyback off of Straw, I can definitely connect to some of the parts of the movie in Straw that Tyler Perry made with some of her struggle, because there was some times where I almost broke. I didn't have any help. And I think some people don't like the movie because it's calling men to the mat. It's calling the fathers to the mat. Like, where are you? Where was her help? They didn't even mention the child's father. Where are you guys? So I think that's why a lot of people hate that movie, because it's so dark and it's so bleak. But women are going through that every day. And before we have men say you should have chose better, some of us actually married these men. Some of us believed in these men. We supported these men, and yet they still abandoned us. So where are they? That's the question you need to be calling. Like, other men need to be calling other men to the mat. And this is not a video trying to talk down on men or anything like that. I'm just saying that we all need each other. Until we realize that and face that and be a stronger culture, we're going to keep going through instances of where we're going back and forward about who's wrong, who's right. It's time for us to come together and for a common goal, so that we can solidify a stronger, economical, healthy system amongst our own communities. But what is it, the first thing that many of us do? Like, some of y'all were raised by single mothers, and I don't like this. And y'all go off, and your single mothers, yet they put y'all through track camp and basketball camp and football camp. Meanwhile, these single mothers are working 2 and 3 jobs so that you can have a better life. And then you make it. You make it into the NBA, the NFL, or wherever you're doing. You're successful. And what is the first thing you do? You go and get you a white woman. Or you go and get another race. Thus still abandoning the black woman. Because I guarantee you, everything you're looking for, you can find that in a black woman. You can. So a lot of this, it has to do with a lot of self-hatred. A lot of you guys do have mother wounds and father wounds and abandonment issues that you don't want to face. So you rather go be with another culture that's not going to make you face your truth, because they don't care. You're building their economy. You're building their wealth structure. If you were to pass away, all that money's going to that white woman and her family. So we need to face the truth about what's really going on in our communities. And that's why I made this video. I made this video because I saw the movie, and I made the video. I'm just sick of us downing each other. It's time for us to come together for a common goal so that we can be a successful society, culture. And we got to stop just entertaining ourselves. There's too much entertainment. We teaching babies how to do this so-called popular dance that's actually putting them in harm's way, because they're doing explicit moves, and there are pedophiles out there, and we're putting our kids at risk every single day. We involve them in adult stuff. We're not protecting our youth. I don't like to get on here and fuss a lot, but I think sometimes we need to see that. And this whole video is basically about all the people that feel out of whack. You feeling out of whack for a reason. God may be calling you somewhere else. God may be calling you to wake up. It's time to remove the veil from your eyes so that you can see the truth about what's really going on in this dark world. You are not to be of the world. You are to be who God called you to be. And it's uncomfortable because sometimes you got to be separated. God will remove people. If he has a plan, a higher plan for your life, and he's trying to get you there, he got to remove some people. Some people don't believe. Or some of the people, the same people that believed, they have drifted off to the left. Their consciousness have been seared. And what I mean about consciousness being seared is that whenever people can look at something that's horrendous and turn a blind eye, their consciousness is seared. Just like in the movie. On the bank scene, and I forget the lady's name, but she was the teller. Her consciousness was seared. She couldn't have any compassion for this woman that she had been through so much, but her consciousness was seared. She could care less. And many of our young people are like that now. And even some people that are my age are like that. Some of our consciousness have been seared. They did this study not that long ago, and I forget where it was, but it was a man and it was a child and it was other people playing in the study. But they were walking downtown where there was a lot of people. And this man was able to grab this child, put his hand over the child's mouth, and take this child into an alley. And they were grown adults walking, saw it, and kept going. Their consciousness have been seared. And it's scary. But it's real. And we need to pay attention and wake up. And if you're one of those people where you can see a woman, like in the movie, when you can see her losing it all, and she had been through so much trauma of being abandoned and not having any help and not making enough money, where you can see her go through that alone and you could help her, but you don't. Your consciousness has been seared. And one day we're going to have to answer for that, for not helping our neighbors, because we're commanded to love each other, and we're even commanded to give and lend a helping hand. And whenever you can watch people hurt and struggle and suffer, your consciousness has been seared. This whole life, and I can't tell you what to do with it, but I guarantee you, God did not just put you here on earth and he didn't give you a purpose. He's given each and every one of us a purpose. And our whole purpose in life cannot just be about our bubble, our family, our well-being. Of course, we need to make that a priority, but he wants us to help the people that we are connected to as well. The people in our community, the people in our culture. We need to make us a better life for ourselves as well. Because I'm telling you, the powers that be, the 1%ers, they're eliminating the middle class, if you haven't seen that already. You can make $200,000, but if you spend all of it and you lose that job, you're going to be just like the homeless man on the corner if you're not careful. Because remember, the people around you, most of them, their consciousness is seared. So you may not have nowhere to go. So be careful about laughing at that movie or making fun of it. It could happen to the average person. It can happen to somebody that think they're not average. They are eliminating the middle class. And this is where we have to get smart. Stop entertaining ourselves so much. Put some money aside. Take some cash out. Buy some gold. Start stocking up on canned goods. Whatever the case may be. Because they're already showing us a pattern. And this is just the beginning of it. Not trying to scare nobody. I just want us to prepare for it. So I thought it was time for me to come and do a video to help my people understand that some of the things that you're going through, it's been all constructed. It's all been in a making. It's all a plan of the dark world. They've already planned what they want to do to God's people, what they want to do to people in general. And we have to learn how to play this game. And we have to use our minds, not our emotions, but our minds, and be smart and start coming together and do community living so that we can help each other and we can get through this process together, because it's going to be a process. But the whole part about this video is that I wanted to say they're lying to you. And you should know the truth. I know the truth. But we all should know the truth. We have to ask God to remove the veil so that we can see the truth. We have to stop with all the stimulants so that we can feel the truth. So we can hear, so that we can see, so that we can feel the truth. It takes us to be clean. It takes us to clean our vessels. We need to eat better. That has a lot to do with how we think and how we feel. We need to guard what we put in our gates. We need to guard what kind of foods we're eating. Trash in, trash out. It's all connected. I mean, there's no way around it. So they feel like if they can keep us by making some of our celebrities rich and famous, and they sell nothing but poison, and they do nothing but poison, and these podcasts are speaking nothing but poison, if they can keep us entertained, spending all our money, using all these drugs, drinking all this alcohol, smoking all these vapes, which is killing 20-year-olds, by the way, vaping, we're killing our own selves. They don't have to take us and line us up and kill us or send us back to Africa. We're killing ourselves with the demise of our culture. They're gonna make a few people rich and wealthy and famous because they have a broader picture. They want to get rid of the whole culture. The powers that be, don't act like you don't know. Because I don't care how much money you have or how light bright you are, you still a Negro in some of their eyes. Not all, but some of their eyes. And it's always been about them. Do your research. Teach your children this summer. Teach them about the slave trade. You know, things they don't teach you in school. Teach them about their heritage. Do a family tree. Read. Get them to read for the summer. It's coming up again. It's about to be crunch time. Our kids need to be prepared. They don't need to be 2 and 3 years old doing this line dance that we see these little babies in these boots making these sick pedophiles want our babies. Yeah, they don't need to be doing that. They need to be studying their ABCs and their 1, 2, 3s. Get them off those games. Like we're too distracted. And honestly, this was really supposed to be a video to encourage people that are going through some of the same things that the character on Straw was going through. I mean, overall, I like the message. I think he exaggerates a lot, which makes it unreal for me. But I can definitely identify with some of the struggles that she went through, being a single mom at one point in my life, doing it all by myself. And there was some times where I almost broke. So I can definitely identify with the movie. And I think a lot of single moms can, and even a lot of single men can, because there are single men too. Mothers don't help. So we got to understand that we do have a struggle in our community, and that needs to stop. And it starts with our youth. It starts by taking those cell phones away, giving them something to hold on to that's going to get them through it. And that's our Savior. That's God. He gives us a Bible that's for instruction on how to live. I mean, there's rules and there's regulations to everything. We can't bypass it. So again, I wanted to do this video to encourage you, to encourage people to not believe the lies, that you are special, that you are valuable, but you need to remove the veil that's over your eyes. You need to understand that it's all a part of a very dark plan to keep us sensationalize, over sexualize, all of these things that's meant to destroy our culture and to keep us from growing, to keep us from unifying. So we all have all these gender wars with female versus male. We all need to come together and help each other out, build a stronger, healthier culture. And we can't do that until we come together. We need to do more community living, and we need to get healthy so that we can do so. But I always say that's not an excuse, because I see my Latino brothers and sisters do it all the time. I sell homes to them. They live together for a while they build their money, and they help each other out. So they put money in a pot to where they're going to help the person out house that they're living in, pay the bills on time every month. Everybody building their credit. They got money to save. They're paying out their cars. They're paying out their debt. And then the one gets a house, and then they take another person, a family in the home, and they do the same thing for them. So it can be done, but we got to stop being so selfish. And we got to understand that it's about a collective, not individual. So many of us are so individualized, and then we have the nerve to laugh and mock our own race when we're no better. Because at the end of the day, they don't like you that think that you're a millionaire, and they don't like the man that's on the street corner that doesn't have a dime. They don't like any of us. So it's all collective, and we all need to come together. I'm done. I wanted to say, don't believe the lies. You should know the truth. And if you don't know the truth, you better figure it out. because it's about to be crunch time. I applaud Tyler Perry for bringing that up, the movie about the struggle of the black woman, but it's not just a black woman. I mean, it could be any single parent. It could be any single mother or single father for that matter. Because we're not doing our work, we're not healthy enough to live together and to think about being a healthier culture, we're denying the fact that we have responsibilities that we're not helping with, we're not taking care of. And I think it pissed so many men off because they can see themselves in that scene, in that mother needing the father there. They can see themselves. A lot of y'all pissed off, but a lot of y'all need to go take care of your business. A lot of y'all need to go make up with that child's mother and be a part of that child's life, so that woman won't have to break. And I'm telling you, they're not just breaking like with the person in the movie. When her daughter died, she had a psychotic break. People are still breaking. They may not break in that way, but there's a limit of how much trauma and how much things that a human being can go through before they have a psychotic break or they have a break. And people are breaking all the time. You hear about people killing their children. You hear about women jumping off bridges and jumping into the water with their kids. They're drowning their kids because where's the other parent? And I'm not saying that there's not any mental issues there, but I'm sure as heck saying that that person, the mother or the father, should not be doing it alone. So that's the issue within itself. So I'm done. I don't like to get on here and fuss, or I don't like to get on here and call stuff out a lot, but I think sometimes it's very, very necessary. And I just want to make sure I got all my notes. And yeah, I'm done. Thank you guys for hearing me out. I wanted to tie in this movie Straw to let you know that if you are going through something like that, there is hope. All we have to do is seek the face of God, and he will guide our path. But we have to stop being entertained, and we have to stop self-medicating long enough to remove the veil so that we can see the truth of what's really going on and what's really at play right now, so that we can save ourselves. You know, we have to walk out our faith. Okay? I love you guys. That's the only reason why I do these reels and videos. I want to tell you guys that there is hope. They are lying to you. That you are somebody special, and God could take anybody and turn them into somebody special. Ask me how I know. He can take anybody and he can use anybody. So don't you dare give up. You're going to keep praying. You're going to keep the faith, and you're going to keep walking out your faith in real time, and you're going to keep trusting God because he loves you more than anything. And I'm telling you, whenever you hear somebody get to grading your worth, that person is not of God, because no human being on this planet has a right to take away anybody's value or worth. Only yourself and God can do those things. And he knows you're valuable because he wouldn't have took the time to make you. Okay? So I wanted to tell you guys I love you. And I'm going to remind you to love God, love yourself, and love others. And if you don't love others, at least don't hurt them. Bye-bye. Mwah.